Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back in my favorite truck. Welcome to the 2016 Mercedes Sprinter 2500. It has a 4.0 cylinder, not liter, 4-cylinder, 2.0 liter turbo diesel engine. And it's pretty awesome because the engine is very tiny, but I believe this thing has something like 16 gears, and it changes gears so smoothly. And it puts all, it's like, imagine you're on a bicycle, and you know, when you're going up a hill, it's easier to like shift down, and then as you go faster, it's easier to shift up and up and up. It's the same principle here, except they do it with like 16 gears. Okay, and as you can, like, so tiny engine, fun power. Gets things done. And as you can tell, I'm just walking around, not even feeling claustrophobic or anything. Yeah. So now I have to talk about this thing because last week I talked about the Ford Transit. So it only makes sense now to talk about this, what I like and what I don't like. And as you can tell, this isn't really a rant because I kind of like this car, but where do I even begin? Let's sit down. Let's turn the key. Now, as you can see, there's like a million lights, one for like everything. As I mentioned, the Ford Transit has a little like dial, I guess, but this is like a straight up knob that you have to grab and turn on to get the lights going. And you see this? This doesn't mean the Mercedes Sprinter has an idea. No, what that means is there's a light bulb burnt out. You know, and with the Mercedes Sprinter, there's a sensor for everything. Your brakes, your light bulbs, so on and so forth. There's a literal sensor for everything in here. So, when a light bulb burns out, like your brake light, whenever you brake, that icon will turn on. Whenever you use your turn signal, if your turn signal light bulb is out, that little icon will turn on. In this case, nothing is burnt out, but the icon is turned on. And this is what leads me to talk about parts for this thing. Parts for this thing are fairly difficult to get, and they are very expensive. So that's why you see companies go with the Ford Transit instead of the Mercedes Sprinter, because the Ford Transit, you know, yeah, it burns more fuel, but it's less expensive to buy and it's less expensive to maintain. Whereas this, you know, you work in it, like as far as working men go, you are king. You're spoiled. But, you know, the company pays for that, getting maintenance. As far as these light bulbs go, I believe your choices are either buy like, I don't even know the cost, but I just want to say expensive, like $20 light bulbs from the dealer, or you can go to like a foreign auto import company or whatever, and you could probably get bulbs for $8 or $10 a pop straight from Germany. If you use a regular bulb in this, the current is slightly off. So that's why that yellow I have an idea icon gets triggered, okay? If that makes any sense at all. What that means is it doesn't monitor if your light bulb is burnt out. It monitors the current in the light bulb. Sneaky bastards. But as you can tell by how I'm just walking around here regularly, there's plenty of headroom here. Like, I'm gonna put this at eye level right now, and I'm gonna get up. You see that? I skip over the visor. I still have headroom here. I turn around, and I'm gonna look down. You see this? Plenty of room in the middle. And I can just walk around. For deliveries, this is perfect. This is very perfect because you can just get out, go through the aisle, grab your thing, and go. Come back, shut the door, get back in, sit down, throw it into drive, and you know, I mentioned this with the Ford as well. The shifter was very touchy there, whereas for this one, it's like that. Or you can want to shift to neutral, or reverse, or park, or reverse, neutral, drive. You could also go into 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, well, whatever the hell gears, but there you go. It's very nice. It's very solid, and you can't mess up. It's very good. So that's very nice. Let me talk about the door as well. In the Ford, you have a door handle that works by opening it like this, and then you pull it out, right? Whereas over here, you push it, and it opens like that, and you close it with this handle. In the Ford, our door handle here is already broken. You can open it, but you can't close it once it's opened because it's just broken that way. I don't know. But over here, you could open it, close it, all that fun stuff. It's also very handy, I guess, because you just push it and pull. Whereas before you gotta, I don't know. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. So there's that. What else did I mention about the Ford? The reverse camera. Okay, so let's say we shift into reverse. Notice, this is the camera view that we get. You're looking from the top down. Okay, this red line resembles, you know, do not pass this line. That's like your little bumper there, right? This middle line represents the doors. So when you open the doors, that's to how far they swing out, which is pretty awesome. So you can, just reversing, you can tell if you have enough space to open the doors. And then you can also tell if you have enough space, like in general. Whereas in the Ford, you just get a fisheye view coming out that's completely useless. And on top of that, the camera itself is mounted on the roof. Which means that you can, you know, look down. It's independent of the doors. It doesn't matter. Another thing that I like is that you can actually open the door from inside as well as close the door from inside. That's very helpful, you know, because in the Ford Transit you have to like stick your finger in there and probe around like a gynecologist. That's no fun at all. You also notice this thing has these hinges here. Let me demonstrate how that works. So now the door is open. You pull it back a little bit, you can pull the hinge out, and now the door swings back and creeps onto this magnet. To close the door, just drop the hinge back in, put it in like that. Very nifty, very nice, very convenient, no dumb fuckery involved, as in the Ford Transit. Now, the deal with this is, the boss wired these in himself, because in the Ford Transit, you actually get a button that you can push that'll illuminate the entire cabin, whereas over here, we don't have that kind of a button. We just have a dome light, and that's it. You know? I don't even know, normally in some cars you can just scroll the interior lighting to dim it or make it brighter. But that's that. Let's see, what else can I mention here? You'll notice the turn signal and the cruise control is exactly the same as you would find in the Chrysler 300. There's just one stalk here and one stalk here. This is because Mercedes and Chrysler used to be partnered up, and you know, I don't know what it was like in Europe. I believe the Sprinter was still around in like the 70s or the 80s in Europe, but in the United States, one of the greatest things to ever come from the Daimler-Chrysler partnership was the Mercedes Sprinter van. And you can tell there's a lot of shared components even after they split up. As far as this system goes, I don't know if it's Mercedes or if it's Chrysler, but it's still there, it's familiar, it's nice. Okay, the air conditioning, as you can see, is all in Egyptian hieroglyphs. Yeah, I don't know. What does it do? I don't know. But it has, you know, good aircon, recirculation, little van icon for the recirc too, that's a nice touch. Temperature controls are over here, that's nice. Over here, you can insert an SD card to play music. That is very nice. There's no CD player though. You know, radio, media, navigation, telephone, mute system, blah, 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 blah. And then over here you get a number pad for your phone too. You know, this thing Bluetooth connects and behaves like a car phone, but it would be pretty funny if you can actually drive and text people. Be like 333-88-222-550-999-666-88, right? But like, Wow, most of you probably won't even know what the hell I just did there. But you also have an invoice holder in the center here, which swings open like that. That is very handy. That is very nice. I like that a lot. Okay, we don't have a cup holder here. Our cup holder is actually down here. You see that? In the Ford Transit, it was just easily accessible there. We don't get a creature comfort pocket in the door like in the Ford Transit. We get that by just using the dashboard like a bunch of cretins. But yeah, we have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, pocket, 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 pocket here, pocket here. This is where we keep the weapons. But you know, that would be that. In Europe, I believe these are used as buses, ambulances, things of that nature. What's up with this wooden stuff? The boss installed that himself. This is the boss's truck, actually. The idea being, you know, you could stack 3 boxes over here and 3 boxes over here instead of stacking 6 up, because when you stack 6 up, they fall over. Why do they fall over? Because the Mercedes Sprinter has a suspension similar to, I don't know, what you might expect to find in the back of a school bus, being thrown around like the little shit that you are. Of course, we have the "Don't be a dick" thing. I don't even know who that is, but I'm guessing that's some sort of political figure. Let's see, what else can I discuss here? Auto down windows, yes. Auto up window, no. That's another thing that I don't like. The mirrors are very nice. I can see everything. Okay, and this is my biggest complaint with the Ford Transit, but look at this. Oh, sweet relief. I don't have to do squat to like brake. As an aside though, the Ford Transit brakes closer to a normal car, whereas with this, it brakes closer to a truck. What I mean by that is it's actually kind of harder to brake. And this thing is some pretty mechanically funny thing too, because apparently if you wear down, because you know the boss and I talk about mechanical stuff all the time, and if you wear down, so imagine a brake pad, you have like the metal thing and then you have the pad material on top. If you wear down the pad material enough, the metal plate gets pushed out, and until a certain point it gets pushed out, and then it comes out of the like brake assembly and gets like flung somewhere elsewhere. So if your brakes run too low, you potentially fling your brake pads outwards. How fun is that? But as far as comfort goes, like I said, if you're a working man and you have a Mercedes Sprinter, you are spoiled. The seats are soft, the seats are comfortable, you have a lot of room. You can put your leg here by the wheel well and it's an actually normal height. You can put just orgasmic. Fall asleep in this thing. You know, yeah, airbag warning, flip visor over because we don't really need to see the warnings. A cool thing is though, if you drive around without, oh yeah, this thing does warn us that our seatbelts are out. If you drive around with the seatbelts off, it makes a nice little noise. It goes ding, ding. It sounds like a radar or something from Top Gun, but like, it doesn't harass you, it just beeps. Squeaky wooden thing. So, that's a general overview of the Mercedes Sprinter. Like I said, this is what I'm used to driving all the time when I'm not in the Caravan. So it's either the Caravan or this. The Ford Transit was like a special assignment for me. And, you know, I hated the Ford Transit. I ranted about the Ford Transit. But this is the Mercedes Sprinter. This is how it compares. If I had to pick between the two, I would pick the Mercedes Sprinter. But that's me, the delivery guy. A friend of mine pointed out that, you know, the Ford Transit as a truck is actually pretty good, because when you need it for like towing or doing truck things, you don't care if it's comfortable. You don't care. It just needs to move things. So it depends on what you're doing, but in my particular scenario, I love this truck. I think it's the best truck on the planet. It like, look at this. Gas. I'm at the end of my route right now. I'm about to go home, but you see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4 empty lines, I guess you should say. Whenever I do my route, it burns exactly 2 lines of gas. And then once you get to 0, I believe this thing has a 6-gallon reserve. I could be wrong. But the point is, we refuel this once every, I don't know, 3 to 4 days. Whereas with the Transit, it's like every second day. The Transit just hogs fuel. Oh, and here's another thing you guys might love. So let's just put this coffee aside for now and check out the cup holder on this thing. See that? You can adjust it to whatever. You can adjust it to your liking, which is very fantastic. What I say about the suspension of this thing, it's like a school bus. And you see the center pot in the middle? This is the ashtray, or at least it was. We use that as a key holder now, but as far as that goes, it's made of plastic. The hinge itself is plastic too. So one day I just grabbed this thing to open it and to get the key out of it, and I break the little door off. Like, I guess I have superhuman strength, I don't know. And I say, well, shit. So, you know, the boss says don't worry about it, but I said, no, I got you. So I'm looking online for this part, and I can't find it. What I ended up doing was I ended up going onto eBay, and for something like $25, I managed to get it sent from England, from somebody. That's how hard it is to find parts for these things. Like, I don't know. On top of that, when you're getting other parts, like a turbocharger, for example, the Mercedes Sprinter turbocharger is something like, I don't know, $6,000. But if you find the part number, you'll notice that Bosch actually makes that thing. So instead of buying the Mercedes part, if you go to Bosch and buy from them, I don't know if it's the turbocharger specifically, but you know, it'll end up costing like $1,000 or something like that. So you got to get a little bit inventive with these parts. As a matter of fact, this here cigarette lighter ashtray thing is actually from a Volkswagen Crafter from England. There's that. Let's see. Why is this broken now? Because I got this thing sent all the way from England in a box, in bubble wrap and everything. I get the bubble wrapped item. I hand it over to my boss. I'm like, boss, I have a present for you. And he has fucking butterfingers. He drops it and it breaks again. So, but that one's on him. So there's that. Let's see. What else? Now that we've covered the whole plastic bits and that parts are expensive and all of that, it's worth noting that this van, although it is the most comfortable and the best van to work from, it costs twice as much, more or less, as the Ford Transit. Think about that for a minute. Of course, all the big corporations are going to be buying out Ford Transit and stuff. If you buy a Mercedes Sprinter, they were just looking at cargo capacity purely. Which, you know, like if you're working for Verizon or something, that's why they would choose the Sprinter. Cargo room, right? Or like fuel economy. But, you know, as far as costs and maintenance, like, you know, cost of the vehicle itself and maintenance cost itself, this vehicle is very prohibitive. So if you're working in a small company and you have a Mercedes Sprinter, you're one lucky duck. The thing worth mentioning is that this thing has a noticeable turbo lag in comparison to the Ford Transit. Let me show you what I mean. You come to a stop, and now it kicks in. You know, the turbo has to spool up, and then it kicks in. I don't know how to explain that otherwise, but, you know. So there's a less ranting video. I just wanted to show you guys this thing. I don't believe I missed any points, but if I did, too bad. Don't be a dick, subscribe.